Enjoy it, man.
Later, man. Hey folks, Matt here again. With me as usual is Mia. Sitting up in the bow, taking it all in. Just put in that Cape Pond. Buddy of mine Jay, so that I didn't have to leave my car here. Buddy of mine Jay come in with me. He's going to drive my car back out, and Stephanie's going to pick me up in a few days over in Salmon Line whenever I get there. I'm off for the next 6 days. I brought in 5 days worth of food. Trouting season ain't open yet, so that's unfortunate, but actually I had about 6 days worth of food, and technically I got about 8 days worth of calories, but if I were stuck and had to ration it, but knock on wood, I'll be alright. So my route is Cape Pond on the southern shore to Peak Pond. So I'm getting a bit of a later start than what I would have normally liked. We're already into the afternoon here now, but again, there's no rush. Forecast is showing just a slight breeze for the rest of the day. I think upwards of 25-kilometer winds for tomorrow, which I'm certainly not worried about. I've paddled in much higher than that, so knock wood, the forecast is somewhat accurate. And this place is beautiful. So the goal is to get through the reserve. It's just like the route itself is the goal for this trip, but I don't want to lose sight of the fact that I'm in here. Just the whole you know, stop and smell the roses kind of situation. Darling, she got a good life. Don't you? Huh? Yes. So coming up to the start of the pond here now. There's no way I can line the boat up through that. It's way too bony. It's way too shallow. But that's alright, it shouldn't be too bad in Portage either way. Fucking beautiful spot. Super shallow. It's a half decent current, and even though it's only a breeze, it's probably 15-kilometer wind, I suppose. It's almost a direct headwind. So it makes for a lot of effort. But it's definitely not the worst of it, because that's what this whole trip is. To get in here, deal with all this. It's nice to struggle once in a while. Well, get that part done. Managed to line most of it. Came up one side with my bags and it was the wrong side to come up, so I dropped them, crossed over, came up, crossed back over, got my bags, crossed back over again in the boat, and I'm up into the next little section here now. A little cut there, so I got a seat of that. As you can see, the flies are just crazy. So I got to filter some water, get a snack, seat in my hand. The Canoe Be Free, wicked flow rate. This is my second or third one of these, and this is the I just took the tab off it, first time using it, so I'm going to put 3 or 4 bags through it before I drink it. First few times using it, you get a shitty taste on the bag, but that goes away pretty quick. Just eating one of my Nutella bacon honey wrap things. Starving. I put a post up on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, or whenever I was making these basic nutritional breakdown, and caloric value, protein, fat, whatever else. They're packed down super flat. Nice few calories, lots of energy in them. It tastes fantastic. Probably not something your doctor or your nutritionist will recommend, but whatever. God knows I'm burning the calories out here today. Flies are wicked. Ah, good days, girl. Flies are bothering her too. That was good. I could eat 19 more of them, but it was good. Just finished the portage from middle pond in the bloody pond. This is not a it's not a hard portage, not a big one. It's only 300 meters or so. So I just brought the first load over. My barrel and my larger bag. Let's go back now for the small bag in the canoe. Me is having a good time. The wind picked up something crazy. I finished lining out of a little section between Cape Pond and Middle Pond. As soon as I come around the last corner and seen Middle Pond, all I see was white. So that chewed up a lot of time. Anyways, oh good. I know it's windy, it might be a job to hear me, but man, oh man, this is beautiful in here. This bloody pond behind me. I'm just going to start paddling down through a little section here, and there's a bit of a portage. I'm hoping to be able to line it. I've been able to line the rest, and even the portages, I'm just dragging the boat behind me. Ground is soft and dry enough that I'm able to do that. Geez, I'm in this far now. I haven't had to lift the boat yet, so it's pretty good. I was still in the mindset that the sunset is like after 7 o'clock, and I'm looking, I'm like, it's just not going down yet. Sure enough, it's geez, not dark till almost 9:30. So and I'm only, you know, a few hundred meters from where I'm hoping to find a spot to camp for the night. So we're in good shape. Hey, pupper dogs. Huh? Right. Tell 'em. Boys, oh boys, she's a dandy trip. Man, oh man. Can't ask for no better. The weather's beautiful. Calling for 18 degrees tomorrow. Hey, puppers. Oh man, oh man, oh man, what a slog. I had to open my mouth and say, it's not that much further. Almost 2 hours later. So I'm at the bottom of the portage from Bloody Pond into the next pond. Double carried, and my boat is still at the beginning of the portage. And go back in the morning. It's only about 5 or 10 minutes from sunset now, probably 5 minutes. So I gotta get camp. It's unbelievable. There's nowhere at all half decent. This is the best. It's not very good. It's just a shitty little island here at the end of the river. So I'm gonna get the tent set up and get changed because I'm soaked, and get something to eat. Alright, got my stainless steel pot, my Solo Windmaster stove of choice for this trip. Now, let's see what's on the menu tonight. Some, what am I do? Spicy taco, minced meat, dehydrated. Some Uncle Ben's rice. This Solo, it's unbelievable how quiet it is. One thing I hate about isobutane stoves is how loud they are. I'm very pleased with that. The other thing that I love about this stove is it has a regulator, great simmer control. Good for cooking. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. Take that off, lay that there, crank her up, and get some coffee going. Alright folks, I'm gonna go and eat my supper, drink my French vanilla, again thank you Stephanie, and go to bed. I'll get back with you now before I go to sleep. I was told they come this far up, but nice to actually see it. Huh? In bed now, nice and cozy. It's pretty cold out now. There's before I come in out of it, there was already frost building up on the bags and stuff out on the ground. So the ground I'm on is pretty wet too. So it's not I'm on a little patch of an island that's only about 6 inches above the river that's running on both sides of it. It's the only relatively flat-ish kind of area that I could find, so had to make do. That's it. The goal for the moor is really only to make it as far as salmon waters. So I'm not in a big rush. And who knows, if I get on to go early enough and everything goes better than what this portage here went, then I might even make it all the way out yet, who knows. That's it. Check you out in the morning. Night. Morning, folks. It was by far the worst night's sleep I ever had. Brutal. I don't believe I even fell asleep until I might have dozed off 2 or 3 times, but I didn't actually fall asleep until it was starting to get light out. It's only about 8:30 here now. Yeah, it was brutal. I was freezing the whole night. Sleeping bag I got is rated for 0. I wore, I mean, everybody I got on here now, long sleeve, base layer, my fleece, base layer pants, thick merino socks, and my knitted socks. And I was in my bag liner. Oh, excuse me. I was in my bag liner. I suppose I had 7 degrees. It's the first time I've ever had to use the bag liner and still been cold. Crazy. I didn't think it was going to get that cold. Well, Pumpered Eyes didn't mind, did you? Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, so good. What? Oh, the digs. Man, I had a great sleep. Yeah, didn't you? Shitbag. Oh, dickweed. Anyways. Alright. Let's get up. Let her out do her pee. Do my pee. Get some breakfast going. Break camp. And, oh, Jesus me. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Hi folks, I finished breakfast. I got camp broke down. Left it at the end of the portage. I'm back at the beginning of the portage here now. I had to come back to get my boat. It was way too late to bother with that last night. And on the way back I decided to cross the river, and I actually found the actual portage. So now I know why it took me 2 hours to get everything done last night. I mean, I wasn't even on the portage. I was just on a bushwhacking through a shitty old game trail. What's wrong with you? Me is quite anxious to get on the go. So I found the actual portage. Unbelievable. I mean, I could have shaved an hour, hour and a half off and had everything brought down last night. But anyways, that's it. That's what happens. There's no marked portage trails here, so you kind of just got to get on them, find them, and recognize that it's not just a game trail. It's a well-worn portage trail, right? But there's no markers in the trees or anything. So anyway, so the boat is over there. I left there last night. It was a beautiful day. Breeze is nice for portaging. It's not going to be very fun for paddling, but it sucked yesterday too when it picked up. So that's it. If I waited till nice weather, it'd be just as well to sell the boat and pick up crocheting. So. So portage is done. Way better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't have to lift the boat at all. I just kept dragging down into the creek. You come out 20 meters from the very bottom, which is exactly where I'm camped. So I just lined my boat right down the camp. Yeehaw! Loves it. The old Jeepers Meepers, but I know that's me as Instagram handle, but that's the name of my canoe, Jeepers Meepers. It was named after me, and once again, something Stephanie came up with, my beautiful wife to be. Oh man, what a day. Flies are brutal again, but that's it. Still haven't seen any wildlife other than birds. Heard a turkey this morning. Woke me up, thought I was dreaming. No, it was a turkey. Anywhere they got farms for particular animals, something's bound to get out at some point in time and establish, eh, boy? Bastards are loud too. Woke me up. I wasn't asleep very long, he woke me up. So, I want to clarify something. I did make a mistake. Before I came out on this trip, I didn't look over the canoe before I come out. My trouting rod is still attached. I keep it strapped to the seat, the underside of the seat usually. So trouting season is closed. It's not open until Sunday, so it's still closed for a few more days. I mean, you know, taking the chance on getting caught is not worth it for me. You know, I never was at that. The seasons are there for a reason. So just on the off chance that you happen to catch a glimpse, I don't know if I even caught it while I was filming or whatever, if you can see the rod, but anyways, the rod is there, but it's not being used. So something else I didn't realise, you get cell service almost the whole way in as far as here. Anyways, yeah, it was nice to be able to actually speak to Stephanie instead of just sending her messages with the inReach. Checked in with Mother. I know his mother's worried. And best kind, Mother. Salt beef bucket at the bottom of the pan, that's always nice to see. Boys, oh boys. Boys, you pack it in, you can pack it out. Boys get no respect. No respect for the land or for anyone else who's wanting to use it. Not very good. Alright, I'm technically out of the reserve now. I'm in salmon waters. I took a bit of a spill while I was attempting to wade down the last river I come down. Pretty much went right up to my neck. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that the sun is still going to be up for another couple of hours. Strip down, hang everything again, and it'll dry in an hour. Put on some nice dry warm clothes. I am at a cabin here now. It's actually the same cabin that I camped on their lawn in my last video coming into the reserve. I finished off the video with text saying, you know, respect for the cabin owner's privacy. I didn't want to film at the cabin, didn't want to show the location or whatever. So anyways, that same trip, the next day, the boys who owned the cabin showed up. They were best kind. They had no issues with us staying here. We exchanged phone numbers. You know, they said anytime you're in around, stop by. They tried to convince us to stay for an extra night. Wouldn't let us leave till we had a drink. I mean, the boys salt of the earth. I'll probably get back at you later on now when I'm in the bunk. Morning, folks. Woke up a couple of hours ago. Still in bed, as you can see. It's been raining since before I woke up, so we haven't bothered to get up. Much better sleep last night. Never got cold. In fact, I woke up, I had to take off layers. I'd take my socks off and everything, so it was much warmer last night. Much more comfortable sleep. So we're going to get up now shortly and get coffee and some breakfast. And the winds are supposed to die off in another couple of hours. Or the rain, sorry, is supposed to die off. But also when the rain dies off, the wind is supposed to pick up. So we'll see. We'll see what the plan is. So I'll play it by ear anyways. Jesus, face on me, look. Christ. Poor old Stephanie. I don't know how she does it. Alright, folks, just getting a bit of breakfast here now. That's some oatmeal, some mixed berry oatmeal, and I had some strawberries and peaches that I sliced up and dehydrated and threw that in. First time doing it, so we'll see how it goes. Now everything tastes better in the woods, so I'd say it'll be pretty good. But anyways, and I got some powdered skim milk that I put in. Looks good, smells good. I'm sure it'll taste good. Of course, I got my coffee. So as you can see behind me, there's a wall there. I'm chilling out in the front of this the cabin that's here. For anyone who's watching this that knows where this is, if you happen to leave a comment on this post, and all comments are welcome. I love it when people leave comments, no matter what the comment is. I enjoy the engagement. You know, I like chatting with new people. But if you happen to know where this is, please don't leave the location in the comments. Again, I just out of respect for the cabin owner's privacy. If the boys had been here, I would have asked them if it was fine, but they're not. So, I don't want to do that. So, now, not that there's in an area where there's going to be many people just happen across it. But still, you know, that's not the point. So, yeah. So I'm going to get this in me and pack everything up and start heading out. We'll see how it goes with the wind, see what Peak Pond is like. I might stop on Split Rock for a lunch. Otherwise, just try and make some distance. So once I get this in my guts now and gets packed up, we'll get back. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. Anyways, I'm going to get this delicious breakfast in my guts. And I'll get back with him on the water. looks like it's trying to hide from me. I see a lot of ruffled feathers off him. I'd say he's probably injured. Oh. One coming from over there. Maybe she was just on her nest. Sorry, Mama. Yeah, it's probably a nest. Big Papa's coming. Starting the first load from Old Sea to Split Rock. This sucks. Well, you love the deep breathing, well, sure sign that I'm in wicked shape. Good old ASMR everybody likes. This is just as good as people chewing food. So the first load done, the bags are dropped. Follow that anywhere. Oh, that cold water feels good. Last portage done. All seed split rock. This is about 800 or 900 meters. I had a double carry at this last port. I'm in split rock now. Split rock runs into Peak Band, and then it's just pull up over that boat launch up into the canal, which you've seen in a couple of my videos before. So it was about an hour paddle out, which is a pretty steady breeze here. I was sheltered from it on Old Sea, but it was a pretty steady breeze here, so it's definitely going to take me an hour to get out, especially after all day paddling. So I'm going to have a quick little snack here now, and then get moving. Not just Dad needs a snack, is there? Get it in you. Poor old dog burned all them calories riding shotgun. Whatever, Dad. Go on. Oh, wet tail. Don't worry about that, it's not leaving you. To get me a paddle, help me out. Some dark looking clouds up ahead. It's calling for rain tonight, but I think we might get it a bit early. In the meantime, it still feels like it's about 20 degrees, so come on with it. Well, this is an interesting development. I'm only not even a quarter way into Peak Pond, and the wind completely changed direction. I see that the sky was getting dark. I assumed the heavy cloud covers was pushing all the wind down, but it completely changed direction. So that what it was the leeward side is now the exposed side, and it's just white caps. I mean, I'm good in 40-kilometer winds in this, but I had no control when the wind just picked up. So I mean, that's costing 50 for sure. So hopefully the clouds will pass and the winds will ease up a bit. I can make a break for it. At the very least get to the other side of the pond. But geez, imagine come all this way. Now they'd end up stuck on the very last pond. I might end up having to camp here. But with this high winds too, you don't want to be in amongst the trees. All the blowdown and that. Wicked. That's it, I suppose, comes with the territory. Anyways, anything else interesting happens, hopefully the next time he sees me I won't be soaking wet. Completely windbound here. I just checked the forecast, it's not showing any high winds at all for this area. I don't know if it just come out of nowhere. I don't know, the sky is starting to lighten up a little bit. I'm hoping to be able to make a break for it. Anyways, I'm sitting here, I mean, I'm soaked. Water splashing off my paddle. I'm saturated. The wind is blowing. I'm getting cold. And this dickweed is up for having a nap. You want to talk about a dog's life? Man, oh man. Yeah. Sorry, Dad. You can deal with hypothermia. I got fur. I'm good. Let me have a nap now. Boys. Brutal stuff. Anyways, I said it's starting to lighten up a bit, so hopefully the wind's lighten up as well, and I can get out. Geez, it'd been awful shame I'd set up camp here. But I suppose it's not the worst case. As long as it gets out of here relatively dry, I'm good. So I put in a Cape Pan a couple of days ago after traveling all the distance, and then this happens. There's a gust of about 50, the forecast is showing 20. See the road, 1,500 meters from the road, and I'm completely windbound. I do not want to camp here tonight. I mean, I will and I can, but I really don't want to. Stephanie was in the car on the way from me. I told her to turn around. So this sucks. Alright, quick update. I was keeping an eye, and the winds were still kind of high, but the waves were not nearly as big. When I first put up a video, the waves were at least 3 feet high. Twice the height of what the boat is at the water. There's no way I would have been able to do it. I can fight waves, I can fight wind, but I can't fight both at the same time. Not like that. Not safely. Not when I got all my camp gears, you know, set up camp. I just got around the very last, hardest part of the pan. I mean, I've been paddling kayaks and canoes for, whatever, 20 years. Never in my life I had to paddle that hard before. I don't know how I don't know how I get the energy and the strength to do it after 3 days of doing this, but that's probably why I got it. And as soon as I gets out, no joke, just look. Almost flat calm, the whole pond. What do? This is definitely that one I'm gonna forget. This is Mother Nature's way of making up for me having it easy the last few days. I'm glad I didn't have to battle this in there. Anyways, Stephanie's on her way for me. I'm only another 5 minutes or so from taking the boat out. I got a clean change of clothes in the car. We're getting takeout on the way home. I can't wait. I made it. And of course, now that I'm done fighting, it is not half as bad out there. No waves, the wind's still half stiff. The crunch for time, I would have getting coming on dark. Supposed to get cold tonight. I wanted to get out of there. So anyway, Stephanie's on her way for me now. This was an adventure for sure. I don't think I'll ever forget this one. It's a nice thing with putting it all on YouTube. I mean, you get lots to look back on. So speaking of that, appreciate everybody who's supporting the channel, everybody who's leaving comments, enjoying the content. You know, I'm getting private messages and stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and everything seems to be going well. So again, I really do appreciate that. I like how the channel is growing. I got some pretty good ideas for the 500 subscriber giveaway, so we're up past 300 now. So if we can keep that going, share it around. This one's going to be a pretty good one. Not that the last one wasn't, but this is going to include quite a few extras. So and in the meantime, if there's anything anybody wants to see, there's a few things that I'm at that I might not necessarily post, and it might be something that somebody wants to see. So if anybody got any ideas for videos that you want to see, whether it be gear related, something, you know, information, my thought process behind something, you know, not that many people wants to bother with how I'm thinking, but anybody who knows me anyways. So anyways, Stephanie's on her way for me. Mia's having a nap. So again, boys, I really appreciate the support. So hit like, share it around, get the subscribers up, and we'll see what we can get done. Cheers, boys.